Lesson 144, Review of Cases. Now that you have learned all 6 Russian noun cases, let's take a moment to review the cases and what each one does, the function of each case. The first one we learned is the nominative case. The word nominative comes from Latin. In Latin, we have the word nomen, N-O-M-E-N, which means name. And we have English words like nominate. When you nominate someone, you name them for something. You put out their name to be considered for some kind of thing, like a position or an award. So that's the nature of the nominative case, is that you are naming something. And so we use the nominative case when a noun is the subject of a sentence. For example, if we say, Anna is at the library, the word Anna is the subject, so we will put the word Anna in the nominative case. We also use the nominative case for predicate nominatives. If I have a sentence in which I say, this is that, the car is a Ford, or the man is a fireman, or if I say, Sheila is a librarian, in sentences like that, you are saying that something is something. And so the thing that it is called a predicate nominative. So if I say, Anna is a librarian, then the word librarian in that sentence is a predicate nominative. It's not the direct object of anything. If you're just saying something is something, that's a verb of being, and that cannot generate a direct object. So in a sentence like that, Anna is a librarian, the word librarian is called a predicate nominative, and we put that noun, that predicate nominative, in the nominative case, not in the accusative case, because it's not a direct object. Next, we have the genitive case. The genitive case can show possession. It can say that something belongs to someone, much in the same way as we do in English when we use an apostrophe and the letter S, or the word of. If you want to say that a pen belongs to Clara, you can say it's Clara's pen, or it's the pen of Clara. Either way, it's expressing the same thing. You're saying that the pen belongs to Clara. So to say that kind of thing in Russian, that kind of possessive sort of expression, you would use the genitive case. Whoever is possessing or owning the object, that person's name will go in the genitive case. Also, the genitive case can be used with prepositions. The dative case is the case that we use to show the indirect object in a sentence. Remember that the indirect object in a sentence is the party that is benefiting or receiving. If I say a sentence, like our example sentence here, I am giving the pen to Svetlana. In that particular sentence, in Russian, the word Svetlana is in the dative case. That's showing that Svetlana is the indirect object. She's the one benefiting or receiving, in this case, receiving the pen. We do not need helper words in Russian to express indirect object. All you have to do is put the noun in the dative case, and the dative case, all by itself, expresses indirect object without the help of any extra words. Furthermore, the dative case can work with prepositions. It can be the object of a preposition. Next, we have the accusative case. The accusative case is the case that can show what the direct object is in the sentence. For example, if we have the sentence, I see the car, the word I is the subject, see is the verb. That's an action verb, by the way. And then car is the direct object. It's the target of the activity being performed. The activity is being performed on the car. So the word car is the direct object. If that sentence were in Russian, you would take the word for car and put it in the accusative case. That shows that it is the direct object in the sentence. No matter where you put that word, the ending shows that it's the direct object. As I mentioned before, in Latin, Greek, and Russian, when the accusative case works with a preposition, it can show motion toward something. And we've already seen that in this book. We've seen a preposition working with the accusative case to mean motion toward. Next, the instrumental case indicates that something is being used as some kind of means or instrument to perform a task. So, for example, if you have a sentence that says, I write with a pen, then the phrase with a pen, that can be expressed in Russian with just one word. You take the word for pen and you put it in the instrumental case, and that means with a pen. The instrumental case does not need any helper words to express means or instrument. In English, we need extra words like with or by means of. But in Russian, you don't need those extra words. You simply put the noun in the instrumental case, and the instrumental case, all by itself, expresses the idea of means or instrument. It's just baked into that case. It's just inherently what that case means or shows. Also, the instrumental case can work with prepositions. It can be the object of a preposition. Finally, we have the prepositional case. This is the only case in Russian that must have a preposition with it. It can't just stand by itself. It can only be used in a sentence if it has a preposition with it. It lives to be the object of a preposition. So that was a quick review of all 6 noun cases in Russian. And again, if you study the second declension or third declension, those declensions will have the exact same 6 cases. You already have a head start when you learn those declensions because you already know what the cases do. You don't have to relearn what the cases do. It's the same in every declension. All you have to do is learn the new noun endings for those declensions.